Imagine this. You're making yourself a cup of tea, you dunk the bag, you let it steep, and then you toss it straight into the trash without a second thought. I know exactly how automatic that habit is, because you've probably done it 10,000 times without ever once thinking about your dog, standing right there in the kitchen watching you. And I know how frustrating it is to spend money every single month on specialty joint supplements, skin sprays, and dental rinses at the pet store, when the truth is, you have been throwing away a genuinely powerful remedy for years. But what if I told you that a $2 box of tea bags sitting in your pantry right now could fight inflammation, soothe irritated gums, help shrink fatty lumps, and even support your dog's body in fighting cancer? If you saw the thumbnail of this video, you saw the promise. Today I am going to show you exactly how to use green tea safely for your dog, the real math behind why caffeine is almost never the danger people assume, and specific ways I use it myself in my own practice, including for a few conditions that might genuinely surprise you. Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Nick Lane, your neighborhood veterinarian, and welcome back to the channel. Green tea is one of those remedies I get asked about constantly because pet parents hear it's healthy for humans and naturally wonder if it's safe to share. The truth is more nuanced than a simple yes or no, so today we are doing a complete masterclass, the real science, the real numbers, and exactly how to prepare and use it. Grab a notebook because I don't want you missing the dosage details. Let's start with the question everyone actually has. Is caffeine going to hurt my dog? I need real numbers here, not vague fear. The toxic dose of caffeine in dogs is about 150 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. But you don't need to get anywhere near that to be cautious, because clinical signs, things like restlessness or an elevated heart rate, can start appearing around 20 milligrams per kilogram. So let's use that lower, more cautious number instead. Take an average 10-pound dog, that's roughly 5 kilograms. 20 milligrams times 5 kilograms equals 100 milligrams of caffeine before you'd see any clinical sign at all. Now here's the number that actually matters. A single cup of brewed green tea contains roughly 35 milligrams of caffeine. That means a 10-pound dog would need to drink 3 full cups of green tea all at once before reaching even the low end of a concerning dose. We are never, ever giving our dogs anywhere close to that amount. That said, if your dog is already naturally hyperactive or anxious, there's no reason to add any stimulant at all when a caffeine-free version does the exact same job. This is where my non-negotiable rule comes in for everyday use. Decaffeinated green tea, not low caffeine, decaffeinated full stop. It costs about the same, it works the same, and it removes the caffeine question from the table entirely. Even decaf keeps its antimicrobial, antibacterial, and antifungal properties fully intact, along with the real star of this whole remedy, a flavonoid called EGCG. EGCG is one of the most studied natural antioxidant compounds in the world, and it's the reason green tea shows up again and again in veterinary holistic literature. If giving your dog tea directly feels inconvenient, or you want a more concentrated, measured dose, you can also use a green tea extract capsule standardized for EGCG. A typical capsule contains around 200 milligrams of EGCG, roughly equal to 400 milligrams of green tea extract, but only about 4 milligrams of caffeine, which is genuinely negligible. For dosing, I suggest around 2 milligrams of EGCG per pound of your dog's body weight, so for a 20 to 25 pound dog, that works out to roughly 50 milligrams, about a quarter of one capsule, given once daily. Here's where this gets genuinely important, and it's part of why I wanted to make this video before an upcoming one I'm working on about the silent warning signs of cancer in dogs. EGCG has a real growing body of research behind it for cancer prevention and as a complementary support alongside conventional cancer treatment. I am not suggesting green tea replaces chemotherapy, surgery, or anything your oncologist recommends, but if your dog is already undergoing cancer treatment, or you simply want extra antioxidant support as they age, adding EGCG, either through the tea itself or the concentrated capsule form, is a genuinely reasonable, low-risk addition to talk to your vet about layering into their existing care plan. This same compound also shows up in one of the most common lumps I feel during senior dog exams, fatty tumors, or lipomas. Green tea seems to help these in 2 separate ways. First, the caffeine in the regular non-decaf version can slightly increase metabolic rate, and since lipomas are directly tied to how your dog's body stores fat, anything that nudges that metabolism upward can help slow their growth over time. Second, EGCG's anti-inflammatory effect addresses something we don't talk about enough. Chronic low-grade inflammation is part of what drives these growths to form in the first place. For this specific use, regular caffeinated green tea at that same quarter cup per 20 pounds of body weight daily is actually the better choice over decaf, since the mild metabolic boost is part of the benefit here. For general everyday use, here's how to prepare it. Brew 1 bag of decaf green tea in hot water, but only let it steep for about a minute or two so the concentration stays gentle for your dog's smaller body. Let it cool completely to room temperature before it ever touches your dog. Please hear this vet warning. Never give your dog hot tea, and never apply hot tea to their skin. Heat alone can cause burns regardless of what's dissolved in the water. Once cooled, here are 3 ways I use it in my own practice. First, for gum irritation, dip a clean cloth into the cooled tea and gently dab it along the gum line. The antimicrobial properties calm inflammation and fight the surface bacteria contributing to it. Second, for hot spots or irritated paws, soak a cloth and press it against the area for 30 seconds to a minute, or let them stand in a shallow basin of cooled tea for a few minutes for full paw relief. Third, for a general antioxidant boost, add a small splash, about a tablespoon for a medium-sized dog, into their water bowl or food a few times a week. For general daily use, a safe guideline is about a quarter cup of prepared green tea per 20 pounds of body weight, whether used internally or topically, so please don't eyeball this the same way for a 10-pound dog as you would an 80-pound dog. One more important note, green tea has a mild natural diuretic effect. If your dog has kidney disease, please talk to your own vet before adding this daily, simply so their hydration status can be monitored alongside it. Also, never use matcha or flavored blend teas for any of this. Matcha is made from ground whole leaves rather than steeped leaves, so its caffeine concentration is far higher than a regular cup, and flavored blends often contain added oils or sweeteners that have nothing to do with plain green tea and can upset your dog's stomach. A handy trick before we wrap up, brew a slightly bigger batch, let it cool, and freeze it into an ice cube tray so you always have pre-portioned doses ready to go for a paw soak or gum dab without waiting around. And on cost, a box of 40 decaf tea bags typically runs less than a single tube of specialty gum gel at the pet store, and it accomplishes several of those same jobs at once. Let's bring this all together into one simple routine. For everyday gum, skin, and antioxidant support, use decaf, brewed weak, always fully cooled before use. For lipomas specifically, switch to regular caffeinated green tea at that same measured quarter cup per 20 pounds. And if you want concentrated, precise EGCG dosing for cancer support or general antioxidant power, consider the capsule form and loop your own vet in on the plan. That is an enormous amount of genuine benefit sitting in one inexpensive pantry item most people throw away without a second thought. If this video changed the way you're going to look at that tea box in your cupboard, please do me a favor and hit that like button. It genuinely helps this kind of safe, natural veterinary advice reach more pet parents who need it. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the video I mentioned on the silent warning signs of cancer in dogs. It's coming soon. And leave me a comment down below right now. I want to know, are you going to try the everyday gum and skin routine first? Or is the lipoma use the one that caught your attention today? I read every single comment, and I love hearing from this community. Give your sweet dog a gentle scratch behind the ears for Dr. Nick tonight. Stay safe. Always trust your instincts.